Hello all, and in today's video we shall discuss the trends in data science, the research in artificial intelligence, computer vision and much more. So let's get started with the first one. Now here the first one deals with practical quantum computers. Now this quantum computer thing is not new, it has been here since decades. But this practical quantum computing is something which has been here since last 10 years. So the project is led by Professor Winfried Hensinger and other scientists of University of Sussex, and they have created algorithm that can speed up the rate of calculations of quantum computers. But this is still under development, and they have tested it, so they have released their results. I will provide the link in the description box so that you can go through their real life-changing or revolutionary research that they are doing. Now, what this new algorithm really does, they say that this new algorithm works like regulating traffic within quantum computers. Just like you manage traffic in big cities, these new algorithm will regulate the traffic of qubits, that is the quantum bits in quantum computers. So what will happen is that the data can freely flow without traffic jams. And this is a really big step to make quantum computers more powerful, and that's what they aim for. So now I'll take you to something different and take you to a next topic, which is really very interesting. And this is AI when it is clubbed with computer vision. So now this is a different research which has been taken up by the scientists from Nanyang Technological University, NTU, Singapore. Now they have developed an AI system that recognizes hand gestures by combining skin line electronics with computer vision. Now I will put it simply that they have mixed or they have integrated vision with sensory or sensory perception. So they have combined two things together, and that's why here is an application of two important or maybe three important data science fields, and which we shall discover now later. Now, what happens here is that they have the technology adopted in high precision surgical robots, high monitoring equipments, and gaming systems. So, here, these are all the domains wherein they find high utility. This research is really life changing because it is making improvements and they are showing signs of real advancement. Now, I'll take you and walk you through another slide, which is about their data fusion, what they say. And this data fusion is actually a fusion of two technology, which is like AI gesture recognition system merged with visuals. So this AI recognition system initially is it's very only visuals only, but now they have integrated it with inputs from wearable sensors. And when they are integrating it, so they are calling it as data fusion when AI is integrated with wearable sensors input. But they have also found out certain challenges with this, wherein you have got low quality input with when you're using these wearable sensors because of they might be blocked, object because of poor lighting, because of poor contact with the users. So you get low quality input from these wearable sensors, and this is difficult to integrate with the visual AI recognizers. And the another challenge was the integration of the visual and the sensory data. So this is how the researchers really went into taken a step forward, and they have come up with this data fusion technology. Now I'll talk another thing about here is that what they have really done, what solution they have come up with to solve this problem. They have combined three neural network approaches in one system. What they have done is they have used convolution neural network for visual processing. They have used multi-layer neural network for sensory information processing, and they have used sparse neural network for integration to fuse this visual and the sensory information together. So, and the result is that there's a system which can recognize human gestures more accurately and effectively than the existing systems. So this is an improvement because it has been improved over the existing systems. Now moving on to the third topic, and the third topic is AI to detect unauthorized ride sharing vehicles. Now, this is something really revolutionary because it is solving a very life challenging or life real life problem. Now, this is a research which was being carried out by a group of scientists, which was led by researcher Yang from the University of Hong Kong and Dr. Wang from the Peking University. It has been published in Elsevier Journal AI. I'll provide the link so that you can go through this. Now, what happens here is that the problem was that there's the ride sharing apps like Uber, Didi, Lyft. What they do is they make life so simple by giving us, affordable rides. But what makes it really a problem is that you have got certain unregulated ride sharing also, which is really risky for passengers. So, what is the problem is that when few unregulated drivers they commit offenses, like petty offenses or some serious offenses like robbery, murders, or even sexual assaults, this become really a threat to your security and also the safety of the passengers. So this became important in the eyes of these researchers to come up with a noble solution for this. So they what they did was they wanted to identify such vehicles from their trajectories, their path, track them, and make their owners liable or register. So, what they did was something interesting and they called it as co-trans. Now, this co-trans was an algorithm which was being proposed by these researchers, and this uses the AI technique called transfer learning. Now, what this algorithm was doing was this was identifying the trajectories of the taxis and the buses, the routes which they were taking. The problem which they faced during this research was that the private data of the taxi service providers, they do not reveal their data because it is private and they have their terms and policies. So what they were doing was they had taken this available data from the public domain, which was related to taxis and bus routes, and they mapped it with the private cars to identify the certain characteristics which were similar to this taxi bus routes and also with these private cars. Now this algorithm was trained on these input data, and the co-trans algorithm added these characteristics to the model and used to improve the model and categorized the further cars based on this model. So this is how it trained, and it is now categorizing those further cars in that. I'll show you a figure with this, how they really worked upon this thing. And once you see this picture and I zoom in, you see here the regulated ride sharing on my left and the unregulated ride sharing on the right side. So you can see here the correct mapping, the route. Clearly, we see the timestamp, we see the frequency of the cars using the route. And this is data, this can be matched with the data of any undesirable activity that has taken place in the past in these areas, and timing can also be matched from here. And the vehicle owner, the car driver, can easily be tracked down with this information, as you can see here. And this will really, the utility of this is profound because it helps in controlling the city crimes, increasing the security of the passengers, and also this really helps the administration in general, and in particular the maintaining the peace and happiness of the citizens. So now I'm coming up to the wrap of this video, and I hope you like this one. I'll be coming up with more such videos, so stay tuned for the recent trends in data science.